Muted. Yeah, I'm muted. Hello, everyone. Oh my goodness. How's everyone doing? I'm a little chilly in my room, so I put my shawl on. Yes, I did. It's a little chilly in my room, but I don't want to turn my air off. So, how's everyone doing? I am happy to be back with you. I pray that all of you are well. Are well. Hello, Ine. How are you? And those of you up in the bleachers and the expensive seats, wherever you might be, welcome to Bravo with Sheila and SIM Ministry. I am streaming on both channels today. I just felt like streaming on both channels today. And so I am now in another part of, I said I would come back on. I'm in another part of Africa now. I'm actually in Accra right now. And I left Corforedia to come to Accra. And so that's where I am now. And I just wanted to pop on to chat a little bit. I am like still a bit tired, from traveling from one point to the next point, really tired. I was going to go out and get a massage, but I'm just too tired to even do that. So I'll wait maybe for tomorrow to do that. How's everyone doing? And Nay, how are you? How are you doing? And if you can hear me, the sound is okay. Give me a one in the chat. I just want to talk for a little while, for a few minutes. Maybe she's working. Anyway, I pray that you can hear me. And I just want to talk a little bit about my experience here and how I'm feeling and what's going on, um, and what I've been doing, and who I've been doing it with. I know I came on, I don't know, day before yesterday, or I can't even keep up with the time now. I know I came on and did a live, the first part of I'm in Africa. I think it was 3 days ago. I'm not really sure. But anyway, I've traveled to Accra now. I was in Koforidua, and now I'm in a new part of Ghana. And so I just felt really sad when I was leaving the people of Ghana. I was pretty much not feeling too good about leaving the people there. But nevertheless, I had to leave there, and I found out so many things about the people who live there, the cost of living, the money they make monthly, how they survive, how they stretch from month to month, and with the little that they make. So some friend of mine, a pastor, texted me saying he's in Africa in a certain part. I'll check him out when I get off. But anyway, I just wanted to jump on and talk a little bit about Africa and talk a little bit about my experience. I'm having an incredible time here. The people are very, very, very good. Um, Hold on. I do. Hold on, guys. Give me a minute. Okay, well, I'm actually on now. Is there another notification up? Oh my goodness, you guys, give me a second. Just bear with me for 1 second. You see me, okay? But is there another? Um, okay, I don't see another notification, but I know I'm on both channels right now, and prayerfully everything is okay. So, like I was saying, being here in Africa has been different. The people are very, very, very kind. I've been loving chatting with people and sharing stories and hearing their hearts, hearing their concerns, and just being a part of their life for the time that I am here. Again, I am very tired right now, but I wanted to come on and talk a little bit. I wanted to share a little bit about some of the things that, as people, so many people are now saying, I'm going to Africa, I'm going to Ghana, I'm going to Kenya, I'm going to all these different places in Africa. But we understand that even in doing that, we need to understand about the cultures, the different cultures that we deal with. We have to understand the things we have to learn about here in Ghana and Africa, certain things that we need to understand how to not insult not intentionally, but there are certain things that we need to learn about. And I just wanted to share a little bit with you about some of those things, because even a lot of my friends and people on my Facebook page and different places is saying that they're coming to Africa, but coming to any country that you don't know the customs and you don't know the things you should do and shouldn't do. We have to learn these things before we step on another country, another land, a continent, wherever we're going. So I wanted to share with you a little bit. I'm having a great time, and I hope that you are too. What it is that I wanted to share with you is my heart has been going out for the people of Ghana, the young children. You know, I went to an orphanage, and when I get back to the States, I'm going to pull together the footage from the orphanage that I've gone to, the books that I gave out, the food, just blessing the children. And it was just incredible. My heart is full from those babies and sharing with them and having fun with them and laughing with them, holding them, giving them drinks and crackers, and they call it biscuits. It's just been a great experience. And I wanted to share with you some of the things that I spoke to some of the children, and I spoke to a lot of people in my hotel. I'm actually in another hotel right now. I am in Accra right now. I was in Koforidua just yesterday. So this is a new place for me, and I'm excited about it. But I think that anytime that we go anywhere and don't know or understand the culture, we can't assume anything about the country itself. And many people are texting me and on my IG page and Facebook page, and they're telling me, oh, they're, taking these trips to Ghana, to Africa, to Kenya, certain places. But I will submit to you that before you travel, get some information on some of the things that you may face or you need to know. And so I'm going to give you a couple of things that I learned and a couple of things that I knew before I came here, as well as learning so much more by talking to the people. Now, one of the things that I have experienced, and I experienced this when I was in South Africa, the different skin tone of Africans, right? So the darker skinned people and the lighter skinned people. Of course, I would be a light skinned person, considered a white woman. And so that's what they describe me as. I am not offended because I know the reason why. And I've learned through, I first learned that in South Africa. And at first I was very offended, because I didn't understand how I was in Africa and I have African blood in me and I'm described as a white woman. And it's just a fact. That's how it is. And I won't get into the history of it now. Maybe we'll talk about that the next time. But I had to really talk to different people about it, where some of them said that they thought I just was an American, African American, which means they didn't think I had African blood in my root system. And I'm like, wait a minute now. I know part of my root system, and I know the percentages I have in me from Africa. And so one of the guys in the hotel, I had to actually show him. I opened my computer and showed him, because the mentality, a lot of the mentality when they see someone like I am, and they of course know I'm not from Africa, as far as being raised in Africa, but at the same token, they would put me down as an African from America. So not having any roots in Africa. So I had to share with them, no, that's not true. And we know what happened back in the day. We know what happened in the days of slavery. We know what happened to our people. We know the mixture. We know what happened when we were taken to the door of no return, which is that I've been there. So I don't think I want to go back to uh, where the slaves were held. And that's an emotional, very emotional. So I don't think I want to do that again. But nevertheless, it's a door, two huge doors, and it's the door of no return. And those are the doors that our ancestors, our people were taken through as they were pulled out of Africa. Mothers, children, they were separated. We were put on different ships, and we know that the Portuguese was the first ones to come with the Christianity, this, that, and the other. But there's so much more history about the prophets, the first prophets that were in Ghana and Africa, and so much history that I can't get into that now. But when I learned so much about the different color, it's still colorism, even in Africa, as it is in the States. The light skin, the dark skin, pitting the light skin against the dark skin, and saying I was a house Negro, and most dark-skinned people were in the field. I mean, they pitted us together against each other, and that spirit is still on our people. And so even though we have a consciousness of that, the mentality still needs to be shifted here. A lot of mentality needs to be shifted. And some people here, that the one thing I do love is the kindness of the people and the commitment to the jobs they have, which there are very few jobs. No one can find jobs. This is what people have shared with me, that they want to come to the U.S. so desperately for a better life for their children, for themselves, and for them to work. You have men here with families, men with engineering degrees and all types of degrees, graduating from universities, but not being able to find a job. And the jobs are so scarce here in Ghana, really it is. And the women and the people you see in the street holding all of the things on their heads, selling water and all types of food items on their head, that is how they make their money. We were on the road coming from Koforidua yesterday, and we stopped a woman because I love plantains. I gained 5 pounds just from eating these plantains. When I tell you the plantain field, but the lady was there walking on this long road. It was so hot. She was going into town selling 2 kinds of plantains. So my son got out the car and bought me 2 bags of plantains. And I just looked at her with so much compassion, her and so many other women, that's how they make their living. When I was talking to the hotel I just left, oh my God, they treated me so well. It's a group of young people, and it was just hard to leave them. It really was hard. They were very sad that I left. And one of them said to me, you're very good. It's a guy that was really taking care of me. His name was Sam. He said, you're very good. You're very good. And I said, what do you mean I'm very good? He said, no, you're just very good. I said, what does that mean? He says, because you're kind. You laugh with us. You talk with us. You play with us. And so I said, so what do you mean? What do people usually do? I said, they don't talk to you when they come here to the hotel or whatever. They think they're better. He was like, yeah. He said, I said, wow, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry that you feel that and people make you feel that. And so we chatted for a long time. We shared and we talked about him working, and he works, they get paid monthly. And he's a young guy with a son. He can't have the mother of his child with him. They can't be together as a family because he can't afford to take care and feed 3 people. So she's living in one part of the town and he's living with the son and himself, and he makes the money in the hotel. And so he says, we don't make enough. I wish I could go to the US Every one of them said that they wish they could go to the U.S. And I understand that as much as we talk about what's going on in the U.S., I know that there's no comparison in how their life is and how our life is. And some people say, oh, they're used to it. They know, no, things have changed. The prices have changed. Food has risen. It's so many things that before they could live off of, the salary they get now. Years ago, maybe it wouldn't be so hard. But today, I listen to them. Some people are telling me, no, Sheila, they're used to that. Americans are spoiled. And yeah, but I'm not talking about Americans. I'm talking about the issue and the heartbeat of the people of Africa, of Ghana. And so as we continue to talk, he shared with me how much money he made a month. I was like, oh, he says, yeah, I make 700 CD. So I start counting in my head. I said, wait a minute. He says, yeah, I make 700 CD. And just to be sure, I said, wait a minute, how much is that? He said, it's $49.03 for an entire month. Now you may say, oh, but things don't cost as much there that they do here. No, think about it, $49. And I just told you, he can't even have the mother of his son to live with him, nor marry because he can't afford. So the money is so little. There's so much, forgive me, allegedly corruption in the country, allegedly. And so I just wanted to share, what I'm experiencing in terms of people like, well, why aren't you in a 5-star hotel? Because I didn't want to be, and I don't want to be. I mean, I've been in 5-star hotels, and all of my trip is for ministry and to care and to share and to talk and to just be comfortable as they're comfortable. I'm in a nice place, but I didn't want to go to the Hilton or any of those hotels. I chose not to. I've done that many times in my life, traveling all over. That's not my reason for being here. My reason for being here is to experience Ghana again. This is my second time here, and to see how things have changed. Now they have made the roads better. It does look better since I was here last. And of course, we know the Accra is like the main pumping pulse of Ghana. It reminds me of New York. Like you have people coming from every part of different towns. Like in New York, you have the Bronx, you have Queens, you have Staten Island. So all those different people come from those places to hang out and do things in New York. And that's how Accra is. It's the place where the nightclubs are, the great beaches and certain things. And the place I just came from, Koforidua, I love that place because it was quiet, very still, very quiet people, very kind. And those of you that know me know I like quietness, calmness, peaceful moments. But I also know how to switch off because I am a New Yorker and I know how to turn up, as they say. Now, I don't turn up like these folks turn up. But what I mean is I know how to flow and realize as soon as we pulled into Accra, the traffic jam, the heat even felt different. And they told me that when we go to Accra, when I left Koforidua, they said the heat was even going to be different. So just experience it as, when I went to the orphanage, I can't wait when I get back to the US to pull some footage together and to show you the day we went to the orphanage and the joy that these children felt. I brought books from the US. We bought all types of drinks and things for them. I want to thank people publicly who gave me money before I left to be a part of the giving here. And when I come back, I promised the children of the orphanage that I would not forget them, that I will continue to send them things. Right now, we want to get them some new uniforms because even some of the children that are there, their parents have no work. And the single mothers especially have no money to feed the children. So they just drop the kids off at the orphanage and they leave because they can't take care of them. And so some of the children there don't have uniforms. And so when we were leaving, we looked around and said, we need to get some material and get a seamstress to sew them some new uniforms. But they were so Man, their manners, oh my God, they were so happy and joyful. And we have so many children that don't even appreciate a new pair of socks, because they have so much plenty of things. But my experience has been absolutely crazy and awesome. And I want to say hello to Von Eric. Hi, David Hunt. Bless you. It was great being on your listening to your live this morning. Those of you that are listening or looking, go ahead and uh, subscribe to David Hunt's channel. You will love it. Trust me. Hello to already greeted and Nay. And those of you that I can't see up in, I call the expensive seats. You might be in the balcony or in the orchestra. You might have bought an expensive ticket and you're sitting in the orchestra seat. I see somebody else here that I don't know. I think the comments ATM, I think, International. Thank you. God bless you for being here. Yes, so I'm having such an incredible time. So what I wanted to do as I segue from sharing some of my experience is from where I am. I know I signed off of the live the last time, and they had asked me a question because I had asked in the chat, is there anything someone wanted to ask me? And then they asked me, what is my favorite food? Well, and then here it is. Well, because I'm a picky eater, and been like that since I was a kid. But I was trying my best to be inclusive in learning how to eat the fufu with my hands and get it and eat it. And you have the bowl of water to wash your hands when you're done. But I wanted to try the jollof rice. Oh, I couldn't wait to get here to try that. But let me tell you, these Ghanaians, everything is pepper. Everything is burning hot. Everything, everything they cook is hot. So I can't eat hot food. And I mean, they've been trying to get me, come on, Sheila, you have to try. I said, it's too hot. I can't eat it. So I'm kind of stuck. I had to compromise and figure out what to eat because most of the food in the hotel and everything was even hot. The chicken, which I don't eat. But because, you say when you're in Rome, do what the Romans do. I was so hungry, I even had to eat it. I ate a chicken breast because they ran out of fish. So even the fish, everything was hot. So in May, I did try the jollof rice, and it's very good. It's just the person that made that particular jollof rice in the hotel, it was extremely hot. And these Ghanaians, they eat it. This is what they grew up on. So they eat it. It's burning hot. What else did I try? I tried something else. I was going to try the fufu, but when I was getting ready to try the fufu, I was told that's very hot. So I said, no, not going to do that. So I'm still here and I'm going to venture out now. Plantains, the truckloads of plantains that they have, the plantain business is booming here. And I've had so many plantains and eggs, plantains and French fries, plantains and salad, because I'm so picky. And I just was trying to figure it out. I've been eating a lot of fish because I love fish. And most of the fish that I had in the hotel in Corferidia was red snapper. So that was pretty good. So anyway, and I hope that answers your question about the food, my favorite food and what I've eaten here. And so I'm going to branch out and eat a couple of more things before I leave now that I'm in Accra. And Accra, like I said, it's a whole nother vibe here, a whole nother city. It is crowded. It's traffic jams at a certain time. It's party life, beach life. It's a lot. And I'm going to come because I can be a recluse and stay in a room. So tomorrow I am going out to get a massage because I do that in the US religiously because it helps me and it feels wonderful. Get the recipe. Okay, I can get the recipe for the jollof rice. I will. I definitely will do that. And I'll do that in May. And so like people were saying, no, it depends on who cooks it. Some people cook it very hot. Some people cook it, mild. But my experience that it was super hot. So we'll see what happens while until I leave and come back to the US. So I just want to share a little bit. I'm so happy that you're here. I miss you guys. I was like, I gotta go talk. I need to talk. I need to talk. I mean, they're so polite here. I just love the hospitality. So I love it, love it, love it. And so I opened up with your song, Von Erich. I woke up, I opened up with one of your songs that you gave me. I'm waiting for another one, Von Erich. I'm waiting for another one. Amen. So listen, Ghana is often considered to be one of the friendliest and easiest African countries to navigate, especially if you want to go alone, as I am. I'm alone. I'm alone. While this may be true, traveling in Ghana still comes with its ups and downs. You often won't know what you don't know in Ghana until you are confronted with it. So while some of the incidents come with great stories to tell later, it can be a huge hassle. So after visiting Ghana, I'm sure I'll have a lot of stories. Let me give you just a few pointers, because so many people say, I'm coming. I've been wanting, I've been saving up. It's on my bucket list. I want to do this. Let me share something with you. Let me share some of the things on this list, right? You should always carry cash with you. That is correct. Some of these things I've already experienced. Some of these things I've experienced. So I always have CD. I go to the ATM and I get, put my card in and I get CD money back. Use Instagram to search for and find businesses. That's a good tip. Don't be naive to romantic advances. I don't think I need to stop and pause there. Sometimes you can use landmarks to direct your drivers. If you remember where you always take note to where you are if you're traveling alone, going outside, going to different places. I don't really do that a lot. I've been advised not to, but you know me, I'm going to take me a stroll by myself and be very careful what I do. One thing I know I can't do is I can't have my iPhone out, my cell phone out, and just talk like I'm just because motorbikes will drive by and just snatch the phone out of your hand. That's done daily. So I know about that. So I'm telling you that. Don't forget to greet others. I'm a greeter anyway, so that's not an effort for me. The Wi-Fi can be hit or miss, and it can get expensive. Listen to me. The Wi-Fi, those of you that was talking to me when I was in Corferia, I was getting upset, and then I had to chill and remember why I was there. The Wi-Fi was so unstable. It was just the area, the power, the Wi-Fi would just go out, then it would come back on, and the TV would go out. But then again, I was there for ministry, so I was prayerful, I was in the Word, I was doing things. But again, the Wi-Fi. Now, certain hotels, like where I am now, I have not had one problem with the Wi-Fi, and I'm in a more, they say, upscale part of Accra. It's called Legend. East Legend. That's where I'm staying right now. And it's a more peaceful part of Accra. When I go down towards the other way, you'll run eventually into the heartbeat and the pulse of Accra. So I am still in a peaceful place. I'm not in like a hotel. I rented an apartment because I like to cook my own food. And so that's what I wanted, my stove. And that's another reason why I didn't go to a high scale hotel. I wanted to feel home-like and be able to cook, because you can spend a lot of money on eating. I went to a supermarket last night to get items for my fridge. And as we were leaving, the question was asked, how much would this cost if we were in the US? It was 2 or 3 little bags, eggs, juice, nothing major at all. And they asked me how much would it cost. I said, this probably would have been like $40, $45. And I paid for the little bit of items I paid for. I paid 20, 40, 60, 100, 200, 300, 400 CD. 100 CD is actually $20, okay, in our money. So $100 CD, 100 bill is $20. So actually for that little bit of food, I paid double what I would have paid in the States. So that should tell you about the food costs, okay? You can bring a portable fan, and you can also download multiple share rides apps. and just don't depend on one. I fortunately have someone that's driving me around, so I haven't had to take a cab or Uber since I've been here, although my Uber has transitioned over to where I am. And yeah. So also learn the right hand rule. So let's get into some of the definitions. Carrying cash, I don't have to talk about. Instagram search of certain places to find businesses. Don't be naive to romantic advances coming to Ghana, especially as a woman. You will feel like you've entered a whole new world, one where the romantic advances don't stop. You will be approached at the grocery store, the market, tourist attractions. While you're in your Uber, anywhere where you are around people, you are bound to get an advance made. So be mindful of that, women, if you're traveling alone, such as I am. It's kind of nice and flattering to see that people like you or they give you compliments, but you can't be too free and gullible and naive and remembering where you are. Again, use landmarks to direct your drivers. You know, if you're in an Uber or in a car by yourself, please take note of where you are, you know, so that you can say, no, this is where my hotel is. Why are we going past? Then you'll know things like that. Don't forget to greet others. Greetings in Ghana. This is a big deal. And I'm telling you things that people take offense to if you don't do it. Greetings in Ghana are a big deal, and it's considered rude not to greet others. If you notice, when a Ghanaian comes into a person's home, the person in the home will say, "You're welcome, you're welcome, you're welcome." That is a big deal. So greetings in Ghana, that's a big deal. And when you enter a room, you should say hello, good morning, like we do in America, but on another level, because some people in America, I hate to say our country is a bit rude. Yes, I feel like this is a part of the community-oriented spirit. It is part of the Ghana spirit. The Wi-Fi hit or miss, we know about that, depending on where you are and where you stay and whatever part of Africa you're in. You can bring a portable fan because it is hot. The sun be sunning. You hear me? The sun be sunning for sure, for sure. So invest in a portable fan. And again, I said download multiple share apps. Don't depend on one. Now, this is one that's very important. Learning, excuse me. I didn't bring any water in this room with me. Hold on. Learn the right hand rule to avoid being unintentionally disrespectful. In Ghana, excuse me, actions like eating, waving, and handing an item to someone is to be done with your right hand only. Don't you dare trip up and use that left hand. Tell that left hand to go to sleep. Don't do it. Don't you dare. Don't ask me. I heard you. What does a lefty do? I don't know. What does a left-handed person do? I don't know. You better learn in Ghana how to use your right hand, because I can't help you with that one. I just can't. So from an early age, many Ghanaians are taught that their left hand is to be used for cleaning themselves in the bathroom. Need I say more? No. Therefore, your left hand is considered filthy and should not be used for eating or other activities. Did you get that? You got it, right? I know. Using your left hand for gestures and main tasks can be considered, listen to me, highly disrespectful. Okay. Stop, pause, think about that. So in Accra, this rule has become very relaxed, okay, compared to when you've come here years ago. It's kind of relaxed now, but still be mindful that that's a rule and that's culture, and you shouldn't violate that, disrespect that. And of course, some people don't know. That's why I'm saying every time we go to a new place, we need to learn about the place we're visiting, because the US, we're open, free. There's very few things that offend us in terms of what I'm talking about. So we're so free and easy, we can easily offend other people. So please check out where you're going, check out their customs, and just know that you don't want to offend. If you're not If you're out eating at a local eatery, you will find that if you use your left hand, people will stare at you often in disgust. Did you hear me? Mhm. What it means instead is that if you forget or find it hard to remember, grace will be extended. Well, I hope Jesus give us grace. Give us grace, Lord. Here's one that I experience a lot. The police stops. They are very common, especially at night and in the day. Now, let me tell you, remember early on, I was telling you about considered a white woman, right? I told you that. You remember. I told them stop calling me that because I'm not a white woman. And I let them know that I'm not a white woman in the sense of a Caucasian woman, right? We've had this conversation ever since I've been here. So it's just so happened light-skinned people are considered a white woman, well, women, and are considered a white woman in Africa. Okay, so the police stops in Ghana occur frequently. When I say frequently, say frequently. I heard you. Frequently. Mainly at night, but also a lot in the day. But they can happen throughout the day. A typical police stop involves your driver coming to a rolling stop as the police offer flashes a flashlight in the car, then tells the driver they can proceed past the checkpoint stop, providing they don't want you to stay longer. They're not going to put, oh yeah, I'm going to show you. I'm going to show you. A longer stop may mean that your vehicle can be randomly searched by officers. They may ask for ID and search your bag. These searches usually last for about 5 minutes, and it's best to comply. Now, here's one that I have witnessed and been a part of since I've been here. Bribery. That's right. Say bribery. I heard you. Bribery. Bribery is common in Ghana, and you may be asked to dash officers, which means tip. You can choose to give or not, but it may be, unfortunately, you'll make the difference between a 5-minute stop and a 40-minute one. Now, let me park there for a second. Now, all of these stops, I'm telling you, I witnessed this and I've experienced this because I'm considered a white woman, right? So the person I'm riding with is Africa, born in Africa. And every stop, the cops come over, the police come over, they have guns or whatever standing there, come to the window. Me with my little jovial self, I'll roll the window down and say, hello. And they'll look at me and they go, hello, hello, ma'am. I say, how are you today? And the person sitting next to me is like, just look at, they're like, we're fine. They go, 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 go. You can go. Telling the car I'm in, go ahead. They're not going to mess with a white woman. They're not going to mess. They don't want no problems. Allegedly. Let me keep saying allegedly. But I witnessed this. I experienced this. Now, if I wasn't in the car, more than likely, the officer would have reached their hand in the car and waited for the driver, whoever the driver is, to give them money. To give them money because they say they're hungry, they say they're hot, that they've been standing out there too long, and they wait for you to give them money. And by you giving them money, they won't search the car, they won't detain you, they'll say, just go. I'm talking about Ghana and these bribery tactics, these shenanigans that go on. This is not allegedly, this is what I went through. And there was a piece that someone did. A woman came from America, I think, and she was my skin. She was light skinned, which they call a white woman. But I think she allegedly had cameras on her. And each stop or wherever she was at, she was taping the illegal, allegedly, asking of money and, bribing the drivers to give money so that they can just pass the roadblock. So I witnessed that. One day I sat in the back of the car and on purpose. And as we pulled up at the stop, immediately, he didn't see me in the back seat. He put his hand in the car to get money. And I was like, wow, to myself, look at this. Look at this. So this lady that I was telling you about who was filming took some film, and this film was turned in, and you could see the bribery going on. And since that happened, when they see a white woman, me, they don't mess with you. They don't want no problems. They don't want no smoke. They don't want no problem, because from what that woman did and exposed all they was doing allegedly, everything shifted. So when they see me and saw me, oh, you can go. Oh, how are you? Go. And I sat in the back seat one day intentionally. And as we stopped, I said, let's see how this is going to play out. And immediately, he didn't look in the back. He just stuck his hand in the car for money. I thought that was so bad. So when we pulled off, I was like, well, why do they ask you for money? Don't they get paid? And they said they don't get paid that much. I said, but they can't harass you. And they do. They harass you. They say, I'm standing here hot. I need water. I need to eat something. So that bribery thing is real. So as long as I'm in the front, nobody has to pay. I guess they want to rent me out. Maybe they want to rent me out. No, I'm black. Stop playing. I'm African myself. Stop playing with me. So we were talking about mulattoes and things like that, and the mixture of white blood and what they did to our women back in the day. All those kind of conversations you have with the people here. Let me finish up here. I'm glad I'm having a little fun. I'm talking to somebody here. Okay. Don't feel the need to bargain that hard as a tourist. Bargaining is often a tip that is given when people talk about coming to Ghana. This person who wrote this says she didn't think there's a need to bargain that much as a tourist, because basically they just want money. They'll say, well, I'll give it to you for this, I'll give it to you for that. And then people that send clothes, I really have so many clothes I want to send back in barrels. It's just ridiculous how much clothes I have. It's a sin. It's a sin. And it bothers me that I don't even have room. And I kept saying, okay, I got to get rid of these clothes. And so I was getting ready to take them to the Salvation Army. But then I thought the Salvation Army, when I see them sell clothes, I said, well, how can you sell clothes if they're free? Give them away. But then I was told that they sell them to pay the staff that work in the Salvation Army place. I said, oh, well, that makes sense. But when I saw the need for clothing here, I'm going to have to find out how to get a barrel and get people just to put clothes in the barrel. I'm telling you, I have enough myself to give away and send back. That's another way that they can make money to feed themselves, or they can pull out what they want and then they can wear it. Okay, let me finish up. So bargaining, you don't have to really deal with that. There's so much gifts and talents here. Let's see what else I have here. Be kind and patient. I don't have to tell you that because everyone here is kind and patient, right? Right? I know you are. Do not underestimate the traffic in Accra. Listen, don't you dare underestimate the traffic in Accra, because let me tell you how y'all say, baby, you talking about bumper to bumper, depending on the time that you're out there in the car. That's why when we got here yesterday, he was like, let's hurry up, because it's getting ready to get, and we got caught right in the middle of it. And when I tell you, New York has traffic, but this traffic, no comparison. Let's end with, let's see, you will need a SIM card. If you're going to use your phone, you definitely need a SIM card. Me, I haven't been calling. I have not made one phone call. I stay on the Wi-Fi, on WhatsApp. And T-Mobile, I didn't know it, but as soon as I got here, T-Mobile sent me an alert that I can use texting free. I was like, oh, okay. And people can FaceTime me. I'm like, oh, okay, well, I don't need to call anyone. Be real careful about making phone calls if you're not on Wi-Fi or have changed your SIM card. So Ghana is more than Accra. Ghana is not Accra. And one of my favorite sayings this woman said that I've been truly gotten to really know during my time living in Ghana, because she lives here, Accra is an amazing introduction to Ghana. So if anybody here is thinking about coming here, I think it's a great trip. Like I said, be mindful of your telephone, Be mindful. especially while you're in transit. It's a thing in Accra for a motorcycle to ride past cars with windows that are down and snatch phones out of the hands of people. This has even been reported to happen while people are walking down the streets and have their phones in their hands. So please be mindful of your phone at all times. I told you. If you don't have to be carrying your iPhone, she said she would just say keep it in your pocket or your purse. She said, trust me when I say you do not want to to replace your phone here. No, you don't. Everything is very expensive here in Ghana. Customer service, oh boy, did I experience this. Customer service is almost non-existent. The standard you may be used to will not be given here. Have patience. All I can say is remember you're not in America. You're not in the U.S. Do not compare the service. Don't do it because you'll frustrate yourself. Know that, drivers prefer cash more than anything. Card payments are not really accepted. So this will be a wonderful experience for you to take. I hope that some of this that I said kind of helped or gave you a little heads up on a couple of things. And I know I'll come back again with a third broadcast because I just really got in a car yesterday and I am too tired to go out today. So I'll be staying in today, reading the word and doing some things in my quiet time. And tomorrow I'm scheduled to go to the spa, and I'm going to get some footage on me going to the spa. I don't know what kind of masseuse I'm going to. I have no idea. I'm sure it's going to be an experience, but my body needs one real bad. I thought I could wait until I get home. My body is saying, what are you doing? I need some hands on me. So I'm going to go do that tomorrow. Someone asked me if I wanted to go witness what club life is like. I was like, wait, what? Do you want to just go in the club and just see what's going on? And then you could come right back out. I said, a club is a club, right? They said, Ghanaian's club is on a level. I said, but what would I do in a club? They said, well, you could just go in and see what it's like. You're in Africa. I said, I don't know. Let me pray about that. Let me think about that. I can get a little footage. But yeah. So anyway, anybody got anything to say to me? Y'all not talking. Oh, go dance? Oh, Lord, in there. You want me to go do a little, oh, I got to learn how to do that little African. They taught me how to move that leg. And yeah, I learned it. Oh my God. Oh, let's see. She said, let's see some of these comments. Let me put some of these comments up. So Ine is saying, go ahead, because I love to dance. I love to dance. Yes, it runs in my family. It runs in my family. My mama used to put me on the dance floor from a baby, put us in the middle of the floor and say, dance for me. So my whole family are dancers. Let's see. Ine says, your dancing skills are impressive. Yo, you saw me dance at my birthday party. Oh, dancing is beautiful. It's wonderful. Oh, God. Get the recipe for the rice. I am going to do that. That's right. And they allegedly. And you're saying, wow, I guess I was talking about the salary that they make, I think. And we got David Hunt in the house. I'm glad you're here, David Hunt. And this wonderful person, ATM International. Welcome. You are welcome. You are welcome. David Hunt is saying hello. And then we got my Von Eric here. Von Eric, they done adopted him. Oh, the platforms on the Bravo with Sheila done took my son. They done took my Von, and he's having a good old time on the Bravo with Sheila network with Coach Pache and Dr. Elaine on Monday night open mic. And Dawn B, Thursday night with Dawn B, he's having a ball. And what is this? I don't know what that is. Anyway, I think that's it. I don't even know how long I've been on. What time is it? It is 10:54 in US. So it's 10, 11, 12, 1, 2, 3, 4. It's 4 or 5 o'clock here, something like that. It's 3:55 here, and it's still morning time. Anyway, I'm so glad y'all came on the chat with me. What do you feel is the greatest needs of the children there? Clothes, books. I passed a lot of the schools. Now listen, the public schools, I was so shocked. The public schools are like shacks. Why am I looking like I'm looking at a shack? I had to remember, because when I saw it, I was like, it's a shack. The very poor children go to those schools. They're like a shack of a building, and the children look so poor. You find families of children walking miles to get to the schools. Then you have the next level of children who are, let's say, kind of middle class. Each parent, those parents I told you, walking in the street, holding things on their head, selling things in the middle of the road. All these people are trying to get this money and save up money. That's how they eventually send their children to the university, because they slave in the street and walk. So the children need everything, books and pencils and, probably anything my connection would be, I would take it to the orphanage. Because you should have seen. And matter of fact, when we arrived at the orphanage, they were in class. And so the director of the orphanage, I said, oh no, I don't want to interrupt their day. He says, no, this is worth everything. And they came running out of those classrooms. I'm going to show you some footage when I get back home. So, and they need everything. And then the children who have wealthy families, or the families that have good jobs, their children go to, I saw the difference, what they call private schools. And so, yeah, you can, the total difference you can see. But the poor, their children's on the road going to school. And I was going to go like close up and get some footage, but I didn't want them to make them feel bad. So I avoided doing a close up and the school shacks that I saw, because when I said, what is that over there? They said, that's school. I said, wait, what? That's the school? He was like, yeah, that's the school. I said, but he said, that's for the poor, the ones that parents don't have money or whatever. That's their school, and the teachers aren't good. So, we got to really think about the least of God's people. He said, when I was hungry, you fed me. When I was in prison, you visited me. When I didn't have clothes, you clothed me. So he says, when you've loved those people, that's when, the least of my people, you've loved me. So those of us who are very blessed to have things, and our children have so much, I'm always thinking about the homeless and the orphans. They're always in my prayers, always. So whenever I go anywhere, they say, well, let's go. I said, no, take me to the hood. Take me to the people. Take me to the orphanage. Take me to the woman's prison. That's what touches my heart. So, when I get back, I'm going to try to create something to send things back. You look so jazzy. I look jazzy. Why? Thank you, Ine. So look at my hair. Let's talk about my hair before I leave. So when I left the US, I said, you know what? I'm just going to go there, and I want to experience getting my hair braided. But those that know me know that I am super tender-headed. And I mean like a baby. I will cry. And we know Africans are heavy-handed. And then they have 3 people in your head at one time. I can't do that. So I prayed about it. And I was like, Lord, you got to find somebody to braid my hair. So I was so in love, like I told you, when I was in, let me say this word right, Koforidua, where I just left, Koforidua, Ghana. And the young people in the hotel, they took care of me. Oh my God, I stayed there 9 days. Oh my goodness. And so one morning I went downstairs. I would just have room service, because again, I wasn't really ordering much. But I came out the room and I went downstairs, and all the girls in the dining area, I said, "Where's the hair? You all have braids." I said, "You have braids down to your butt. I don't want those kind of braids." They said, "Oh, you want to get your hair braided?" I was like, "Yeah, but I'm very tender-headed, so I don't need to go to anyone who." Mm-mm. So she was like, "Oh, well, you have to go in town." I said, "Oh, never mind." Then she said, one of them said, "Oh, no, there's a hair braider right here, right around the corner from this hotel." I said, "Really?" She said, "Let me run and see if they're open." So she ran. The lady was open. She came back. She said, "She's there. She's there." So I jumped up and we walked there. We laughed and joked and walked in. Sat there. She had every style that you have in the U.S. on her outside her doors, her own little store she has made that her grandmother gave her in Africa so she could start her business. So I go in. She said, "What do you want?" I said, "I don't know." I said, "But I'm very tender-headed." Anyway, she did my hair. It's beautiful, right? Guess how much I paid for this? And it's twists. It's not braids. I didn't want braids. I wanted twists. You want to guess? You don't want to guess. Anybody want to guess? How much this hairstyle cost in New York or in the US? Anybody know? Anybody in the chat know how much this hairstyle will cost? Well, I'll tell you. It probably will cost between 150 and 160. If the braids were down past my butt like most people have, no. See, I want convenience. That's why I have this. And if you get it long back, there's probably like 200 in the US or more. I see hair braiders and people make it 300, 400, 500 now. So as she's braiding my hair, I was like, "Oh, I didn't ask you how much is this going to cost." She was like, "Oh, 100." So I said, "100 CD?" She was like, "Yeah, 100." I said, "No way. I'm not giving you 100 CD." She says, "Well," I said, "I'm not paying you 100 CD for you doing my hair." She said, "Well, God bless you. God bless you." So I gave her, so again, I told you, 100 CD in US money is what? $20. I know, clutch your pearls. $20. So basically, if I would have given her 100 CD, $100 bill CD, that means I would be giving her $20 for doing my hair. When in America, they're making, that's why most braiders and people want to come to the US so they can live better. She was amazed and shocked when I told her the prices of hair braiders in the US. So, of course, I gave her much more than $20 or 100 CD. Yeah, I had no way could I get up out her chair, knowing in my good conscience that I just paid this woman $20 in US to do my hair, 2 hours. I mean, she was fast, but can you imagine? So that shows you the difference in how people are living and the prices. I felt bad. Hello, Black Palace Music. Hello there. Peace back at you. Yes, Ine, correct. A big what? With question mark, exclamation mark, and everything else behind it. So again, it tells you about the country, right? It tells you. So I was so happy to be able to bless her. And she was so happy that the girl from the hotel brought me to her, because I don't know what she needed the money for, but it was money she didn't know she was going to have that day. Anyway, I could keep talking because there's nobody here for me to talk to, but this is like an unofficial broadcast because I didn't have a topic. I'm not teaching. I do have it on both my channels, the Sheila Ingram Ministry channel and the Bravo with Sheila channel. It's on both channels because I felt people might want to travel or whatever, and so I felt like sharing. Anyway, I love you guys. How long have I been on here? Hour? I think an hour. Okay, so should I go out with Von Erich's music? I came in with Von Erich's music. I think I'll go out. Maybe this will coax him to give me some more music. Maybe. Maybe. I don't know. Hope he's listening. He's not talking to me. So I hope he's listening. I hope he's listening. Anyway, I love you guys, and I'll see you soon. I'll be back. I'll probably pop back on soon to tell you more about, probably in the next couple of days, to tell you what I've experienced at the spa and going into the whole part of Accra, right? So, and they told me to go shake a leg, break a leg, do a little shimmy. I might do that. My little sister told me go ahead and just experience what it feels like. I know I love those beats. You know, we have that African blood in us. That beat moves us. Amen. All right, guys. Hope you have an incredible day. It's still morning for you. Do something you've never done before. Remember, when nothing changes, nothing changes. So what do you have to do? I heard you. Keep it moving. That's right. Keep it moving. And so now I will, I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm going to do something. Let's see. There's a comment. Let's see what Anae is saying before I leave. She said, love you. I'll see you the week after you come back. Yes. Oh, great. Awesome. I love it. Amen. That'll be awesome, little sis. That'll be awesome. Can't wait for that. And yeah, so let me drop on out of here and figure out what I'm going to do with the rest. Well, it's kind of almost evening, so I don't want to go out. It is so hot outside. So I will do some reading. How about that? Maybe watch a movie. Maybe I'll do that. Anyway, ciao. Hope you guys are doing well. See you later. Bop, 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 bop.